How you doing? I'm Louie Gamino with EnviroscapeLA. We're here in Torrance, California, and one of our clients finally got in the mail his tower garden. He's super excited. We started unpacking it literally a few minutes ago. We have all the components laid out here in front of us, and we're going to start assembling it. We already were able to put our hose adapter on here, as well as our two rods, metal rods, which are going to be able to hold the tower garden in place to keep it structurally sound. If you notice there's a wing nut on each side, and both of them go in the corresponding holes marked A and B. So the first one is A, and those wing nuts, it's important to keep a very, very minimal amount of thread showing there, because we really need all that length we can really use and get when we get to the top. So we're going to go ahead and keep assembling here. It goes together fairly quickly. We'll set our base on top of our sub base here, and then we're just going to start stacking towers. You want to alternate between A and B holes. Slide it down like so. And once the wing nuts go on top, it really sets it in there nice and tight for us. This is all food grade plastic too that it's made out of here. So it really is built for the long haul, not just for some quick season or two. This is just our standard kit. It comes with 20 different planting pockets. They do sell the extension kit, where you get, I believe it's up to 8 more planting pockets in there if you so choose. Alright, let me find the cover for it. They give you a whole stockpile. Everything you need to go ahead and get started with your veggies comes with a kit, including seeds, which is a pretty nice deal they give you, the folks at Tower Garden. So once we get our top part on, we're going to go ahead and put the corresponding wing nuts on, and that will secure the tower garden to the base. Now, if you remember when we very first started putting it together, I mentioned how you want to keep those wing nuts on fairly tight down there, not a lot of space left over. If you don't leave enough space, then you won't be able to get this top section on, which many people do have a tough time doing. These wing nuts, they just spin right on. And that really locks our tower garden into place there. So now we're nice and sturdy. We have our pump. And with pumps, it really is one of those things where you could get a quality pump, or you could get a pump that's not quality and you end up using a ton of electricity. The fine people at Tower Garden, they give you a quality pump which only uses 20 watts of electricity. Kind of hard to believe, but that's a very, very minimal amount of power that you're going to be drawing through here. They also give you a different variety of fittings, for which is also for different applications. This particular pump just screws directly into the hose that we had plumbed it with earlier. So our pump is located in our basin here, which holds approximately 20 gallons of water. This cord is going to go plug directly into our timer, which is then plugged into our outlet, and that timer is set for every 15 minutes on rotation. So for 15 minutes it's going to go on, for 15 minutes it's going to go off. They provide you with a outlet hole here on the basin, so you don't have to go over and above. It comes out the side there. Keeps it nice and tight for you in case you have a patio or a location like that. It just looks better. From there, it's going to plug into our timer that we had mentioned. We're going to set this guy for 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off. the really cool part starts to happen now with all the fun. The fine people at Tower Garden, they really do give you everything to go ahead and get started. Not only do they provide you with seeds and the planting wool, but also the planting baskets. And these guys, they just snap right in. Just like that. So they stay in there nice and secure for you. Once you hear that little snap, you know that they're locked in. As I mentioned before, this is the standard garden with 20 pockets in it. The next step is to go ahead and put in our wool, our planting wool there. And then also, what goes inside of there is, they actually give you a packet of seeds to go ahead and get started. Now, here in Southern California, it's cool out. We're in January. And we just replanted ours at home. We put some cilantro in and tomatoes and lettuce, and we actually just started to germinate 2 weeks later, which sounds pretty quick, but even in the hot weather it even germinates quicker than that. So with Tower Garden, they give you the basil, the lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers. We'll give you a quick little demonstration of how it's planted. We'll do lettuce since I know this particular client, he loves his veggies. Can't get enough of that salad, and that's really why he wanted this. He was buying that living organic lettuce from the store. He was spending a fortune on it. Once we told him about this, he was all over it. So we'll go ahead and get some seeds out of our packet. We'll deposit them in there. Just give it a little hand. You know, I give it about 10 seeds depending on what we're doing here. After that, you're going to get some of this guy, and just enough to cover that seed. You're going to go ahead and cover it there. So that's a demonstration of some of them. The next step is go and fill it up with water and plug it in. So thanks for keeping track and for keeping in with us, checking in on the newest, greatest aeroponic vertical garden stuff that we're doing here at EnviroscapeLA. We're having a ton of fun with this, all organic, no pesticides, no herbicides, fresh grown right in your own backyard. So when you think sustainability, think EnviroscapeLA.